What's up YouTube, Mambuna Marcus here. Figured I'd give you guys a little update video on the former Red Terror Cichlid pair's aquarium. Since I had sold the pair off, I decided to use this as a grow-out aquarium. I wanted to use this as the final stage in basically the rearing process. So these are all OBs and numbers of different other cichlids and hybrids that basically I bred along the way. And like I said, this is the last stop on their journey. So a lot of these guys are in their sub-adulthood. They're probably around between 3 to 4 inches in length. And obviously the quality can vary between the individual. But again, the fish are doing very, very nicely. Again, like I said, this is a 135-gallon tank. So I have a lot of filtration on the tank. I do large water changes. And the fish have responded very, very nicely to that. So other than that, I'll scroll in on a few of the juveniles. As you can see here, here's one of the more dominant OBs in the aquarium. Starting to do pretty good. Again, I just did a water changes, so everybody's a little on the frisky side. This guy right here is my firefish, which is a German raised line. This guy is actually not for sale, but I decided I'd raise him in the same aquarium. And he seems to do all the breeding in the tank, as he is the dominant species in it, or the dominant fish. And everything else is left to basically where they fall into the hierarchy. So again, he does what he pleases. Everybody else is sorting it out amongst themselves. But again, the tank is doing very well. And again, I use a lot of filtration on the tank. I added a K1 filter into the back corner. It's not circulating at the moment. I need a better air pump with a little more power to get the K1 beads to circulate. But again, a K1 filter is like a fluidized bed filter, and very, very efficient when it comes to breaking down, you know, ammonia and other elements in the aquarium. So other than that, I plan on possibly stacking this tank a little bit denser. Right now, again, everybody seems to be getting along pretty well. And I'd probably like to grow everything out in here, probably I'd say at least another inch in length. And obviously when I get rid of some of the fish, either, you know, through trading, usually at the local fish shop, you know, some of the smaller OBs that are not quite as dominant will definitely take the place in the hierarchy. So other than that, again, a lot of OBs. When you're breeding OBs, there's sometimes you get the odd blue fish. This one wasn't bred with the OB line. This comes from one of those Asian hybrid sulfur head lines, you know, sometimes classified as Mara Rocks or your sulfur head hybrid. Let me see if I can scroll in on a few of these others. Again, you know, some dragon bloods mixed in here. Again, some of these are also OB dragon bloods. There is different lineage that's crossed amongst themselves. Up here, it looks to be what would look like your regular tetrastigma if he came out. Sorry, the light on this tank is only a 4-foot strip light fluorescent, so it doesn't get the whole tank since it's 6 feet in length. But again, that guy looks just like your typical tetrastigma, but he is actually a cross between, you know, an intermediate / tetrastigma and a red empress. So I've been calling him an emperor medius. And the difference with him, if you were to see him in person, it's kind of hard against this blue background. Instead of that greenish sheen that most tetrastigmas get, he's actually a turquoise blue. So he's very, very beautiful. And I have to say that I'm pretty happy with the result of the grow outs. You know, I wasn't sure how the OBs would all turn out, but there is definitely some real lookers in this aquarium. And I'm, you know, going to definitely sort them out and see what the future brings. Maybe I'll extend the line, I'm not too sure, but overall a lot of fun. And sometimes, you know, you get, again, I don't really have a good example of a blue dragon blood, but sometimes the OBs will breed and there'll be other fish of different markings, like this guy right here with a little bit of the bump on his eye. I think he got that in a fight, but you can see he's, sorry for again the light, he's got the red shoulder characteristics. And he came from an OB batch, so again, OBs, they'll breed with each other, but not necessarily all the babies will come out with an OB pattern. So other than that, like I said, again, a lot of other times I've showcased my other smaller grow out aquariums when everything's a really small juvenile size, and it's nice to kind of see everything in their sub-adulthood for once. And again, once I moved them into this 135, they got really happy. So up here is one of the OB Dragon Bloods, very nice potential. But again, everything is doing well. So other than that, I just wanted to share that with you, and hope that you liked the video, and I will try to do another little update sooner than later. Other than that, thanks for watching. Actually, after reviewing the video I just shot, I just wanted to make a note of these two bio wheels that I have basically floating around the aquarium. When I changed one of the older Emperor filters to one of the newers, I used these old bio wheels to keep the bacteria seated in the aquarium. And this was already a long time ago, maybe 2 or 3 months ago, and normally at this point I would have pulled them out. But what I have noticed is that when some of the fish are really at each other and they're fighting, throughout the water column, these bio wheels will kind of just, mosey on through, and sometimes what will happen is they'll get in the way of a fish fighting or during one of their spats, and it will actually split them up. So I've actually used these now, or I've kept them in the tank as basically fight and aggression diffusers. And they seem to be working really well. They don't make any noise. Again, they float around the water column. If they were banging up against the glass and they were a racket, I would definitely pull them out. But again, using these as what I'm going to call as aggression diffusers has worked really nicely when you have a high concentration of fish. So, and I've noticed some of the smaller fish liking to hide out between them. And again, they've added some extra dimension to the aquarium, and again, to diffuse some of the aggression. So I've decided on keeping them floating around in the aquarium. So just wanted to make note of that in case you noticed it. And this is obviously the answer to your question. Thanks for watching.